Alright, so in this video we're checking out the HGLRC Petrel132, and I believe they changed the name of this sort of design here. I reviewed the Parrot something, I forget the number, but it was a smaller version of this a while back, it was a few months ago, and it was like a 2.5-inch version of this. This is a 3-inch version, and so they basically changed the name from Parrot to Petrel, Petrel, and obviously 132 millimeters motor to motor. This frame here is a stretched X frame, I believe, and it's got your typical bracing in the front and the back to strengthen the arms and keep it nice and lightweight. But it's a unibody and 2.5 millimeters thick. It's fairly stiff, should survive most crashes here. It's got a FD 413 3 to 6S stack, so the I believe the ESCs are 16 amp up to 6S, and this actually, I tested this on 6S, I'll explain this here in a second. So this is probably one of the very few 16 by 16 nano stacks that will take up to a 6S battery, and has a, I believe, up to a 400 milliwatt power switchable video transmitter here, and we're running the HGLRC FD1106 2400 kV motors. So this motor here has been around for a while, but this KV is designed for 6S on 3-inch, and it's actually using these old school Gemfan 3025 bi-bladed props. These are really old style props, but this setup here with the frame, the stack, the 6S motors, all this gives it a really long, surprisingly long flight time. And I was actually really surprised how long this flew for. So they sent a couple of batteries along here in these new Kratos series from HGLRC. So 6S 300 milliamp hour and 6S 450 milliamp hour. So I guess we're going to start seeing some more 6S nano micro-sized batteries. And I think they're going to need to supply a bigger battery strap for the 450. So you can see here, it's way too wide, and you can't keep the battery on here securely for this one. Although, based on the flight time I got on the 300, I think I was over 6 minutes, almost 7 minutes on the 300. But they're claiming 10 minutes on this one. Should be totally doable on this. So I'm already looking at this and like, well, probably going to be doing a conversion pretty soon and putting this entire power setup into some sort of a Cineweb, like a 3-inch lightweight Cineweb setup, and run that 6S 450 battery on that particular setup. So not sure when that's going to be. I'm throwing out some ideas in my head here, and I think that would make a pretty interesting platform as a lightweight, efficient 3-inch Cineweb platform, getting close to 10 minutes of flight time. So if that's a video that's interesting to you, let me know in the comments below. But let me go ahead and show you all the weight here. Yeah, as I said, I got almost 7 minutes on the 300 6S. So here's the drone. It's around 82, almost 83 grams, and then the 300 milliamp hour, 300 milliamp hour 6S. This one's coming in at 52.2, and then this was what it was, the flying weight. You'll see in the end of the video, 138.1, and the 450 6S is coming in at 81.8 grams. So the flight you're going to see is just the out-of-the-box tune. I didn't do anything special. Just bound up the receiver. This particular version came with the Crossfire receiver here with the full Immortality antenna in the back. As you can see, it's been zip tied to the back arms like this. It seems okay in terms of like where everything is, but you know, that wire is getting kind of close to the prop there, so be careful. It is secured down here as well, so it's not like it's going to come loose or anything. You got the antenna secured here as well as the receiver secured up here. So this wire is probably going to be okay. Maybe in a really, really bad crash, you might have a problem without getting cut by the prop, but overall it seems to be okay. It does come in other receiver versions, of course, and also a no receiver version if you don't want a receiver. And yeah, it's overall very surprising. Really surprised how long I was flying for. The tune, as I said, out of the box was okay. It didn't seem remarkably unusual, in terms of being overly good or bad. The characteristics of the tune, though, did seem like it was geared towards racing, which makes sense because if you look at this, the way this is configured, it's kind of geared for racing as a sort of a racing setup here. So perhaps if you're doing some 3-inch racing, this would be a nice setup because it has a fairly unresponsive roll axis, which I think you kind of want in this design here. Maybe it's because of the stretch deck nature that combined with the way they tuned it. But it's a pretty more, I guess it's pretty reactive on the yaw axis, which I thought was took a little bit of getting used to. But in terms of flying, these are like really minor things. Most people are probably gonna not even notice these things, but I just thought I'd bring it up in case you were wondering. But yeah, if you're just kind of like doing longer stretches, like I think towards like the middle of the end of the flight, you'll see here, I'm kind of doing these kind of longer stretches with less turning. Then this is a pretty nice frame for a track, something like that, where you have a lot of sort of longer stretches and not as much, sharp turns. I think this would be kind of a more ideal for something like that. Anyways, here's the flight footage for you. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. So I'm just running the default tune from the factory. Didn't do any tuning. I almost never do any tuning. We stock everything. Running these 300 milliamp hour Kratos batteries that they send along. I'll send along some 456S as well. But the battery straps are too small for the 450, they're too wide. So I need to get some bigger battery straps. I am running Crossfire, so range is not a problem, but I think video range is more of an issue now. But this is more of a racing setup than freestyle. It's fast. It's a little floaty. Bit of wind right now, but not really an issue for this guy. Supposedly this has a lot of efficiency, so if you want to run the bigger 450 with the bigger battery strap, you should get a much longer flight time. And if you want to go with a 3-bladed prop, probably going to get a little bit better performance in the turns. But it's not going to change the characteristics too much. Probably a little less flight time. Tune seems fine. Yeah, it's a little floaty as it comes off of those moves. It's not too unusual. Rates. Like default rates, but must be the camera angle. It's a lot of camera angle. It's a little, I don't know, maybe it's something with the tune. It's a little, it's hard to explain. Not as responsive on the roll axis, way more responsive on the yaw axis, but I don't think it has anything to do with the rate. Probably something that they custom tuned. As I come over that, trying to roll over. Probably just need to make an adjustment. And I always forget, was it 6S voltage or 21 volts, I think? It's probably when I should land. It's very fast in the straightaways. If you're not turning too much, you can build up some speed pretty quick. For 300 milliamp hour 6S, this flight time is kind of crazy. I wasn't expecting anything like this. This is really super efficient. Still at 21.7 volts. Oh, that garbage truck is super loud. I got distracted. I was running like a little bit of a course here. I'm at 21.2 volts now. Over 6 minutes of flight, so pretty impressive. If you're looking for longer flight times on a smaller battery, this is a nice setup. Yeah, not bad at all. Let me know what you guys think.